All right, what's up, everybody? Another episode of Stand Tall. It's November 30th. I'm way too close to the camera on that. Let's go to chapter 4 of The Art of War, verse 4. Hence the saying, one may know how to conquer without being able to do it. That's actually really deep, and we're just going to stop with that one because a lot of people do know philosophically a lot like how to conquer. We sit and we watch all these podcasts and these YouTube videos, and we just sit here and listen and absorb all this information about like how to do it, but we don't actually do it. We don't actually take control of our lives. This is why we also read a alternate translation from the classic Art of War to this. Master Sun says, that is why it is said that victory can be discerned but not manufactured. So you can know strategically what to do, but you may not be able to do it. You can't manufacture it. Cao says to this that victory can be discerned to the extent that you see a set formation, but to the extent that the enemy has preparations, it cannot be manufactured. Du Mu says that you can only know if your own strength is sufficient to overcome an opponent. You cannot force the opponent to slack off to your advantage. You can't force other people to do something. It is, you can only know your own strength. You can only handle what you can handle and control what's in your control. Du Yu says, when you have assessed the opponent and seen the opponent's formation, then you can tell who will win. If the opponent is inscrutable and formless, then you cannot presume victory. Inscrutable and formless, right? So these are also terms that we've heard Sun Tzu say that we need to be. As your own army, as an army of self, you need to be inscrutable and formless. Ho Yongqi says that the victory that can be known is up to you, meaning that if you are prepared, the victory that cannot be manufactured is up to the opponent, meaning that the opponent has no form. Very interesting. I like these reflections. Let's jump over to the Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman, and let's see what insights we can glean for November 30th. Oh, okay, good. A Greek term. Follow the logos. The person who follows reason in all things will have both leisure and readiness to act. They are at once both cheerful and self composed. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations 10.12b. The guiding reason of the world, the Stoics call this the Logos, works in mysterious ways. Sometimes the Logos gives us what we want, other times it gives us precisely what we do not want. In either case, they believe that the Logos was an all powerful force that governed the universe. I think I'm going to stop here and bring this back to the art of war in the sense of like we cannot manufacture victory. And if we try to, the Logos is going to give us what we don't want, right? Don't force things. There is a helpful analogy to explain the Logos. We are like a dog leashed to a moving cart. The direction of the cart will determine where we go. Depending on the length of the leash, we also have a fair amount of room to explore and determine the pace, but ultimately, what each of us must choose is whether we will go willingly or be painfully dragged. Which will it be? Cheerful acceptance or ignorant refusal? In the end, they amount to the same. Wow. Almost like fate, right? Almost like fate. Regardless, your life is going to move forward. And whether you resist everything along the way or if you embrace it and you fight it and you take it on is up to you, right? So just like, is it do you? Dumu says, you can only know if your own strength is sufficient to overcome an opponent. And so for me, this means that you can only know your strength is whether or not it's sufficient to take on the challenges of life. And that's why we need to continue to study the art of war and the Stoicism and all of these other philosophies. These are all very important things to keep track of because it always helps us embrace the challenges that lie ahead. And that's how we stand tall.